What is up, everybody? It is Life's Apprentice. Today we're going to be running some dumpsters. It is a Tuesday after Labor Day. I basically have the week off from doing construction, so I'm going to be filling in and running some dumpsters as needed. Today I was needed. Laura is out all day. I know we got a couple drop-offs today as of right now, but it's a lot of pickups after the weekend. So this 20 yard here was full and on the trailer from Friday. I got that to the dump. I'm gonna drop that off, grab a 15 yard and go pick that up. Today's topic is going to be how we are advertising this year. I had a couple requests. I've made a bunch of videos about advertising, and really not a whole lot has changed as far as our advertising, but I'll do an updated version of exactly what we're doing and I guess how it's working. But we're gonna get this one off and get a 15 yard on. We gotta drop a 15 yard up by the dump, and then we gotta pick up another 20 yard up by the dump. So that's what we're gonna do first, and we'll get into today's topic.
And then just stimulate these neurons.
Well, we got that 15 yard dropped, and now we got to pick up a 20 yard, and I was added to a 20 yard drop off. And again, the more dumpsters and trucks you got on the road, the more efficient you can be. I would imagine Laura must not have had a 20 yard pickup, so then I ended up with a 20 yard drop off. It worked out that I was going back to the yard to get to drop off that 20 yard. So I was able to pick up this 15, and now I'm only a few miles from this 20 yard pickup. So no wasted time there. But to the subject at hand, we're talking about marketing. Now, the first thing and the main thing that really helped our business, for one, when I bought my dumpster business, it was a small dumpster business, so we already had somewhat of a presence. But as soon as I took over the business, I wanted to grow it. The first and only thing we really did at that point was hometown dumpster rental. And you guys have heard me talk about it before. That literally doubled our business. We went from 10 to 20 dumpsters as soon as we did hometown dumpster rental. And it continues to work for us to this day. And how do I know that? Because a lot of people, hometown dumpster rental, if you know the whole history, changed the way that they do things a little bit. But the way that I know hometown dumpster rental is working is because we are sending dumpsters to areas that we do not advertise to in any other way. So we get calls from all these little towns that are, usually a lot of the hometown dumpster rental got us really expanded our area out to about 50 miles. And I know that hometown dumpster rental is working because we are still sending dumpsters to these little towns, and there is no, if you Google in those little towns, dumpsters near me, we do not show up. The only way we show up is through hometown dumpster rental. So if you guys have not tried hometown dumpster rental, I would highly recommend it. I've heard mixed results. It works better for some people than it does others. I'm telling you firsthand, in the 2 years that we've used it, we have had great results and great ROI using hometown dumpster rental. That is one of the ways that we advertise. Let's go get this 20 yard. We'll talk a little bit more. Oh, we got that 20 yard picked up, and I don't know, that was about 7 miles from my drop off, and now we're probably about 7 miles from the dump. So we're gonna get this bad boy to the dump, and we got a 20 yard set right after this, but it is on the opposite end of our range. So we're gonna have to get some fuel and get this dumped, get some fuel, and then we got a nice long drive when we can talk about all the other advertising that we are doing. Well, there's a 20 yard dropped off, pretty tight. I'm gonna try to get out of here now. See if we can make this turn. I doubt it. Anyways, there's 2 waste management dumpsters out here, and both full. And this construction company needs more dumpsters, and Waste Management's just, I know they're a huge company, and not trying to talk crap, but we hear horror stories about Waste Management all the time. And sounds like we're gonna get some dump and returns at this place because Waste Management cannot keep up with their job. So on the way out here, I actually saw Laura on her way back. So she was empty, so she must have did a drop or a dump and return out here. And there you go. Sitting right next to Waste Management because they can't do their job. The construction manager says probably going to be calling us tomorrow to have a dump and return, so that's cool. And sounds like he's going to be using us from here on out because we are able to do same-day service, and we have a dump transfer station very nearby, which makes it nice. We also have empty dumpsters, so we can bring out an empty and pick up the full if needed. So that's cool. So the next thing I want to talk about, and this town's a perfect example, is as far as advertising. A guy reached out to me about 1.5 years ago, and he wanted to help us get more calls and get more leads. And I've been in construction and business for long enough to know that you're gonna get calls like that every single day. But this guy sounded sincere, so I worked out a deal. And I said, the only way I will do it is if you will prove to me that it works and you will do it for free. And he obliged. He said, yes, I will do it for free for X amount of time. And if you think that it works, then we'll come up with a negotiation and how you're gonna pay me. Now this is a really good lesson for all you guys out there trying to get leads and stuff like that. There are 10,000 companies out there that can get you on the first page of Google and guarantee you leads and guarantee you all this stuff. If you want to find out if they're really legit and they're willing to prove to you that it works, try to get them to do it without paying them at first. But then you got to stick to your side of the word too, and if it does work, then you pay them. Most people are not going to allow you to do that because most of these companies are scams. So what this guy does is he does SEO for himself, and then he basically built landing pages for, and I'm not going to say the towns and the name of the landing pages, but this town has one, and about 4 or 5 other towns have a landing page that go to him so he can track the phone calls. And then that phone call gets transferred to us, and we are the only ones receiving these leads, and it works out really good. So we worked out a deal where basically he's getting 5% commission on all of our sales, and we averaged it out to $400 per dumpster, which equals $20 per sale, not per phone call. This is based on results. So the only way he gets paid is if we actually convert his phone call into a sale, which we do a lot, and he is making some money. This is a creative and easy way for you guys to get leads, and there's lots of people like that out there, but beware, there are a lot of snakes in this grass. So be very, very careful when picking and choosing somebody like this, because you can totally get screwed. But that is a very, very good way for us, at least, and has helped us get a lot of leads. And it's also very localized. So I had him make these pages in specific areas that I wanted to get phone calls in, and this being one of them. And if I had to guess, this job that I just set for would have been a direct result of his work. So he's a private guy. I'm not going to give his number out to anyone like that. I don't know that he would want that. But there are other guys out there like that. and you guys need to do a little bit of research and find these guys. But basically it's a pay-per-lead service with a local guy who creates landing pages on Google, gets them to rank well in the areas that I want, and then he gets paid based on results, which is the best way for marketing to work. So that's one of the ways that we're marketing, and we've been doing that for about, I would say we're coming up on almost 2 years of doing that with him. We're in the park on the island picking up this 10-yard, and it is full of bees. So I'm gonna get this picked up and get away from here before I get stung, and we'll talk a little bit more about advertising. But while we're here, we're at a big city park. Setting a dumpster in places like this, a well-branded dumpster, is a great way to advertise. I don't know how many people were at this event, but they all saw this dumpster. So this is not a direct way to advertise, this is branding, but they kind of tie themselves together. And I see a lot of guys with their dumpsters just are branded not at all or terribly. And this is something that you really, really, really need to get right. All right, well, me and Laura are both back. It's about 2 o'clock. This 10-yard she's taking tomorrow. She's gonna take it to the dump, and she has a place to set it. You gotta go back a little more. So anyways, I picked the 10-yard up, and she's gonna take it to the dump and drop it tomorrow. Is that correct?
Yes.
How many drops did you do today?
2.
You did 2 and I did 2?
Yes.
That's 4. This thing was so full of bees at the park.
I can smell it.
Disgusting.
I can smell the beer and the food.
Yeah. I've never seen a dumpster with so many bees.
That's what it was like when we did that soccer tournament.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I picked one up there in Nina.
Yep, because
Yeah.
it was all food and soda and beer.
Yeah.
But I can smell it. It smells like a carnival in there.
Yay!
But not a fun one. Am I okay to just back this up? Are you putting gravel here right now?
I'm gonna do gravel tomorrow.
Okay, so I will just back this up.
Yeah. So we got some fresh gravel. Probably be spreading that out tomorrow. Just gonna top dress everything and try to make things look a little bit nicer. We got all this stuff out of the dumpster you guys saw. Been over it a couple times with magnets and whatnot, and I'll probably top dress it a little bit with this. But I actually traded the gravel and the delivery to a local guy. I installed a couple of doors for him, and basically my labor for the doors, I think it was like 300 bucks. He brought me 2 loads of gravel with his dump truck. So the next, where do we leave off with the marketing? The next thing that we do, and we didn't do this in the beginning, but we do it now, is Google and Facebook ads. They're definitely working because we're doing it in certain areas and we're limiting. And that's one thing that I can suggest that you guys do to know that your stuff is working, is maybe just try Google ads in an area that you don't normally advertise and see how it works out. So that's what we've done with Google and Facebook, and we know that that is working. They do have some analytics, Google and Facebook, but it doesn't really show you how much of that converts to sales. It just shows you how many clicks are on your website, how many clicks on the ad, and things like that, but it doesn't necessarily translate to sales. So the data on it is a little bit mixed. Let's see, what is, one new thing that we're doing is we're starting to work with some dumpster brokers. And what a dumpster broker is basically they sell the dumpster, they collect money and everything from the customer, and then they subcontract the dumpster rental to other companies like us. So say our dumpster 20 yard is $470. Maybe they sell it for $570, and then we do the, you know, the dumpster for them, get our 470, and then they get to keep the 100. That's something that I avoided at first, but I figured we'd try it this year, and especially being a little bit slower this year, and that has actually worked 100%. The other thing is just, you know, like I was saying before, just your presence. Having a presence, people seeing your trucks, seeing your dumpsters, asking questions, is huge. That is a big deal. When you have dumpsters out, they're branded correctly, your truck and everything like that, even maybe your trailer or, you know, whatever you're running around with, is branded properly, is going to get you a lot of sales. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So we're doing the SEO work with that guy. We're doing hometown dumpster rental. We're doing Google and Facebook ads, and we're working with some dumpster brokers. That is all of the paid advertising that we are doing every month. And this year is definitely slower, but I know for a fact that all of those things are working to some degree. And those are the recommendations that I have for you guys that are maybe slow or starting out. You have to understand that in this business, unless you have, I don't know, it'd be just super rare, but you have to advertise or your business is going to fail. I don't care if you have 1 dumpster or 1,000 dumpsters, advertising is extremely important. And do not overlook advertising. A lot of people that are failing are probably not advertising enough. And I know that it's a cost, but that is part of this business. And it is a cost of doing this business. So that's what we're doing for advertising. If you guys didn't watch the last video, I made an announcement that I started a second channel. My second channel on YouTube is Wisconsin Outdoors. And I will be moving all of my hunting and fishing and outdoor type adventures over to that channel. So if you could go to that channel and subscribe over there if you're interested in that kind of thing, because all the future videos, outdoor type videos, are going to be over there. So it's a new channel. I'm working on transferring old videos from this channel to that channel. But I'm also coming out with new videos. Right now we're in dove hunting season. Pretty soon we'll be doing duck and goose hunting and deer hunting and all that kind of stuff here later in the fall. And then eventually we'll be doing ice fishing and stuff like that. So if you guys are interested in that, go to Wisconsin Outdoors on YouTube. Look that up and subscribe over there. There's also a link down in the description to the second channel. So I appreciate you guys for watching. We will see you on the next one.